Thank God for home court. Thank God for our fans. We talked to our team after that disappointing loss, and somebody made the comment, I'm not sure I was ever as upset with my team as I was the other night. Thank God there was only 4 media members in the room. I think 5, one of theirs and 4 of ours. And I was not happy with how we played. I wasn't happy how I coached. I just did not think we did the things that this program deserves. And so I talked to my team about it the day after. That was not a pretty day. And then regrouped. I practiced, went on a recruiting trip, and thought about it all night long. And then my staff did an unbelievable job. And the players, I think they realized that they did not do the things they need to do. Why, I don't know. But, AJ's been a guy that I've been on for 4 years. Tonight you saw why. Played extremely well. When he got into people defensively and everything, I told him at halftime if we win this game, I was going to kill him because that's what I needed on a regular basis. And so if that's calling a guy out, if that's, that's what it is then. And Malik was the other one that we said we're going to go inside. We went into Marty early. We went into Jackson. Poor kid had 2 layups he missed. We went into Malik, and he was a man in there. And we thought that was the only weakness they had because that's a damn good, talented basketball team and a really good coach. I mean, we come out at halftime, and, we had done some things. We had schemed some things defensively that we wanted to do. And then when he put who did he put down there? Hawkins down in the block with Akins on him. It created some problems for us right away, and our double teams and the things that we were doing, and they went on a lead just as quick as you could come out of the locker room, and that's doing a hell of a job. Now he's got the bodies to do it. He's got the right people to do it, and I was impressed with Shannon. He's so much better of a shooter than he was. So even though he went 2 for 9, I mean, his free throw shooting, his scoring, he's just a load to cover. I thought we did a great job on Damask. And, he's been the best player, and he really is a good player. And Rogers is another one that last time he had 15 points and I think 12 rebounds. So we changed our matchups. We did a few things differently. But we went into the game with this in mind. We have to rebound with them. And ended up tied. We can't turn the ball over. We had 6. We got to get to the free throw line more than them because they get there an enormous amount. We had 34 to their 20. And I was surprised that we were only 5 for 8 from the 3, but was some of it calculated? It was. We said we're going to go inside until they don't, and we got some shots in there. Still got 55 shots with all those free throws, and that's what happens when you don't turn the ball over. So all in all, I think we beat one of the most talented, best teams that we played. What does that do for us? A lot. What does it do for this little gathering we got for our alums? A real lot. It was fun in the locker room. Some of those guys came. Some of them went right upstairs. It was fun. Kirk Gibson was there. It just makes me realize why I never left Michigan State. It's not just former players. I'm going to make sure some hockey players are back here, some women players. I mean, I think that's what makes the day. Our fans, and I see my 2 marketing girls back there that did an unbelievable job with the towels and just the atmosphere. I told my team after that they were lucky they got to participate in something like 95% of the guys that go to college never get to witness, never get to be a part of, never get to do. So flowers for now. For now, we got another game Tuesday, quicker turnaround. But at the same time, I handled it the same way when I thought we were awful. And so I'm going to give them some credit, but I'm going to be guarded with it until it's consistent. But it does give you a point on what we can do if we do our job. And Bill Belichick might be out of football, but it's got to be the greatest line in coaching. Do your job. Questions?
Brad just said every team in this league is equal. Take away Zach Eady, there's no difference makers. Do you feel that way this year as much as any, that all these teams are like equal and it's a couple of plays?
Did Wisconsin lose today?
Yes. Big.
Really?
22.
So they have 4 in a row?
Yep.
You know, I said to some of you guys, I still think there's a couple of teams at the top. I think Illinois and Purdue has earned the right to be called the best team in our league. But I said there's no bottom. And nobody thinks that matters, but try every night to get your team up for a big game, because that's what it is every single night. And not as top-heavy as some of the teams I've had or we've had in this league, but there is no bottom. There's no bottom. I mean, who was the last place teams? Penn State at one time, they've beaten a couple people. Michigan, they just beat the daylights out of Wisconsin. Who else? Ohio State. Who did they beat? I don't know, but, you know, Minnesota's had some big wins. They were that way early in the year. I mean, yeah, I'd say that Brad's right on the money, you know, and it was an interesting game because I don't think either one of us were happy with some of the calls. We talked about maybe at halftime, I said, hey, maybe we should just take the second half off. You and I go sit and have a drink and watch it on TV because we're probably both going to get thrown out of here. He laughed, I laughed. But
How are you enjoying these old school Big Ten physical wars? It seems like there's been a lot of them.
oh, there has. There has. Now, I enjoy them when we score 88 points. I don't enjoy them when we score 58. But you know, I said to the 4 that were in the room, you know, I wasn't happy with some guys, and I wasn't happy with myself. So we made some adjustments. We had some long staff meetings about what we're going to do, dribbling the ball, what we're going to do, defending it. And I thought we came up with a good defensive game plan, and I thought we did some things better offensively. And that's what Tyson kind of having a average day for him. I mean, I think he missed some free throws, missed some shots, but I love it, man. He was competing, you know, and we did a hell of a job of that today against a very, very, very good team that has a chance because they have versatility, you know. The danger kid gives them another weapon in case you run into big guys like Edie. That's a good team.
Tom, Brad was saying that you guys deserve the credit for being so much more aggressive. And looking at the stats, you had twice as many free throws as you had Tuesday. You had more than 3 times as many free throws made as 3-pointers attempted. It's a different game when you can do that at the line.
Well, it is, and you know, I think our players realized, and I mean, part of the problem is they're so good defensively with, you know, Ty Rodgers is a hell of a defender now, and you got to give Shannon a lot of credit too, because for a supposed offensive player, he's very, very, very good defensively, and those guys at 6'6", 6'7", you know, go on Tyson. That was not easy, so. They did some really good things too. I think we both missed some shots we'd like back, but you know, I've said it all year long, and I've probably eaten more crow for it. But I still think we're a good basketball team. I still think we have a chance to develop into one. Why is it? You know, that's what falls on me. Why aren't guys playing like they're? It's the greatest thing about coaching. Can you get people to play at the right level? And can you get them to do that consistently? And when we don't, you know, maybe you don't rip me. I don't know. I don't read your stuff. But I rip myself. And so I did a number on myself the first 2 days, and then I rose up from the ashes and decided to work again. But, yeah.
The sequence, you guys tie it at 72. Malik misses a front end. They bang together on the offensive or defensive board, but he comes back after that sequence and puts the 2 biggest plays together.
Yeah.
I guess, what do you see from not just him but the other seniors as well in that final stretch when you needed the win?
Well, just like I said to you two and a couple others, I mean, coach got to do his job, and I said, all the veterans got to do a better job. The veteran coach and the seniors, you know. And Jaden made some big plays, and he made a couple that weren't as big. And so that's what you got to rely on, you know. I mean, you look at that team they got, there's a lot of upperclassmen that are doing the job. And I thought since I ripped myself, I thought I did a better job with my staff and getting some things that I wanted to get done. I thought our players, especially AJ, Malik, and even Tyson and Jaden, and, you know, we were scrambling inside. Hey, believe it or not, Cohen Carr came in and made a couple big plays. They gave us some defense. Jackson Calder made a couple great plays, just didn't finish, but he had a block, he had a big tip, that was good. So, you know, if we can put it together, you know, but should be easy going to Penn State. They've just been beating everybody lately, you know, not an easy place to go to. So I'm not going to work on them until late tonight. I'm going to cut the George Perlis rule in half. I'm going to give it about, or in third, 8 hours of the 24. I'm going to enjoy 8 hours.
Coach, 16 lead changes, 15 ties in this game. This is pretty much a March atmosphere. What did you see from your guys in this game, AJ, Malik, Tyson, that showed that they can make big shots in those moments where you need them? And
yeah, AJ made a big shot in that three over and by my side, and it did seem like a March game. And if it is, I love it, because we won the game. And that's when you want to win, is in March. But, you know, I thought all of them rose up. And I thought the huddles, you know, I mean, you can just tell. I don't know why people can't stay focused on those things. But sometimes we don't. And that's where I ripped Tom Izzo. So I don't need you guys to, because I beat you to the punch.
Well, not a question to rip Tom Izzo, but Coach, how do you maintain the consistency? Because you've been talking about, you saw today what happens. Even AJ kind of taking you off the court when Jaden got the technical. He took ownership of the team. How do you keep that fire lit the entire season?
Yeah. You know, let me explain that technical, too. When they got one on them, I had a big huddle, and I said, I don't want anybody doing anything. In fairness to Jaden, I mean, he turned around. He didn't talk it. He just demonstrated it, and that was wrong, and probably deserved it. But it is nice to see it, and it was nice to see Jaden come over and say, it was my fault, you know. Taking ownership is how you deal with failure. You know, at halftime, we were getting on one guy for not rotating. Malik says, that was my fault. I'm the one that didn't rotate. I stopped the whole deal, and I said, that means we're getting better. Why? I don't know why. I mean, like I said, these kids got so many things going on, and how do you think Wisconsin feels? I thought they were one of the best teams in the country. They've lost 4 in a row, you know. It's hard, boy. It's different, but it's what you hope to do is capture something like this, because we didn't just, I mean, we shot it good, but you can't say we lit it up from 3. We only took 8 of them. We did it the old-fashioned way. We grinded it out. We got the ball inside. We took care of the ball. We defended them. And we rebounded, not like Alan Agana's in my locker room, and I wanted to hug and kiss him and suit him up, you know, because not like those days, but better than Michigan State's been doing lately. And some of it is just our personnel. So I don't know. I'll find out that tomorrow. You know, how do we react? You know, what do we do? It's a good question.
Tom, after you see your team play a game like that, are you more encouraged that you see that level is in them, they're capable of that, or more frustrated that you don't see that?
Way more frustrated, because I already knew the level was there. I mean, I never said we were great, but I said you usually win with guards, and I did think we had one of the better 3-guard tandems in the country, both offensively and defensively. And we didn't always play that way. And, you know, there was just something today. I mean, when AJ was getting after it, guarding, it changed my team, myself, the fans. It probably even changed you damn media guys and gals. You know, everybody just seemed to pick up a lot. And that's what your best players can do if they do things like that. So I I give them a lot of credit today, and tonight, tomorrow, I'll try to figure out what buttons I have to push to keep that. That's what I'm going to ask him.
Tom, you've been waiting to see this more. Did you feel like this was the day, Saturday, national TV game, getting later in the Big Ten season, that you would see your team rise up? And when they do rise up like they did today, what is the spark, do you think? Is it the opponent? Is it the crowd? What is it?
I didn't think that today. I mean, let's face it, our backs are a little bit against the wall, and but I deal with that now. I tell them right out. I don't sugarcoat nothing. That big white elephant that was in our locker room, I dealt with that big white elephant for 2 weeks because I just think that they don't understand. They just think they're at Michigan State, so it's in the cards that you're in the tournament and you're this and you're that. And so we've had some hellacious meetings on that. But what do I think it is? We haven't played as bad. I mean, I look at Minnesota. I'm sitting here. Should we have lost to JMU? God, forgive me for saying that, but no. You never go 1 for 20 and 40, 50% from the line. Should you have won at Minnesota? We were in control of the game and shoot that way from the free throw line. You just win those 2 games, and at 16-7, you're probably ranked in the top 15. That's going to be the problem because someone's going to miss out on getting to the playoffs now or the tournament. Now, if you can keep getting better and you get there, then you have those scenarios that we've had here a couple times where you're a worse seed, but you're a good team that's playing at the right time. And unfortunately, that's what we got to do now. We got to maintain it. We got to keep getting better. And we had won 10 out of 13 going to Minnesota. Now we've won 11 out of 15, or I think. In this league, that's not bad. Not quite what we wanted, but the only one that's been able to do it better than that really is Purdue. I mean, everybody else has some losses. And I'm just amazed on some of the teams that are losing. I'm amazed at some of the teams that are now winning. I think it's a credit to the league, but I think it's a credit to the coaches in the league. So where I was ripping myself, boy, you got to give some of those guys credit. Rutgers, unbelievable job, that he's done. Ben Johnson, unbelievable job that he's done, So there's good coaches in the league, too.
Do a couple more songs in the chat.
Tom, not that it affected the outcome, but Brad was saying that point of emphasis to watch players emoting and is concerned that maybe take the fun out of the game. It's okay with you if the players are a little more demonstrative. I think Cleves would have had a technical in every game this year for that.
Yeah, no, Jack. I disagree with you. One thing I used to love about Cleves, I swear to God, if he talked it was like very quietly. He wasn't as, that's why all the coaches, all the players, hell, he'd go shake hands with somebody on the bench. I really mean that. Do I wish there could be some celebrating? Yes. At the expense of somebody? No. Like, I can't wait to see the Mahdi foul on the ground. Everybody told me that was ridiculous, I didn't see their technical, and I honestly didn't see mine. If one of my guys is talking to the bench, that's different. If he's been excited about the play, I'm all for it. But I don't need anybody pointing fingers and talking to the bench, because this day and age, someone's going to go out and bust them. That's just the way it is. So I agree with him, but I didn't know what happened in those, and I told Jaden that, I did go after Jaden. So everybody understand why. I love Jaden Akins. Jaden Akins has caused me less problems here than any player I've ever had. He's one of the best students I got. He probably is in the gym more than anybody I got. I think he'd do anything I want, but when I have a huddle and I say, look, guys, they call one, they're going to call anything the other way. That's why. And those 2 points could have been very, very, very critical. And they play so much damn AAU ball, and they're so much where games don't matter. It's just another, move on. Move on, another play, who cares? I care.
Coach,
Why are you getting me ticked off? I don't want to be ticked off on a
Coach-
good day.
Coach, to calm you down, because he made you mad, in the preseason presser, you talked about waiting to see, was this going to be a coach-led team or a player-led team? Was AJ stepping in today? Was that an example of a player-led team? Was that what you were talking about?
In this year of presidential election, you know? The 50 or so people in the room, how many from your vantage point thought that he acted different, played different, showed some emotion, showed some leadership? We don't have ballots, just show of hands. Fred, you can't raise your damn hand or what? So that looks like a landslide to me. So you don't need me answering it. You just answered it. And you know what? I'm calling him out again because he's got that in him. He's got that in him. It's got to be on a consistent basis. And I would say that one of the problems, you know, and some of it was Malik being hurt for all summer and not being around. But when the players took over, whoever said that about grabbing me and saying, that's awesome. You know, that's right up my alley. I have my boy Cleve sitting right next to me and Smitty. That's right up my alley. That's awesome. I absolutely love that stuff. If he would have wrestled me to the ground out of it, thanked him. Great, thanks, appreciate you.
One final one in the middle.
Coach, to look at the stat sheet, you kind of see, if you look at the offensive numbers and then the defensive sequence that you guys had, it feels like one of the more complete games you guys have had this season. Did you feel that way? And if so, what was the key to it? Was it the veterans?
Yeah. I think it was the most complete game we had. And, you know, if Ty would make a couple free throws, we would have had 3 20-point scorers. I don't remember the last time that's happened. You would know that. You're the archive guy. But, you know, it's been a long time since that's happened. You know, and even though, like in Jaden's case, you know, didn't get enough shots because he was in foul trouble, one of the things we've been on Jaden about is rebounding. Jaden gets 6 rebounds, man, and he only plays, I guess he played 30-some minutes, but it seemed like he was out a long stretch. He hit that one big three that almost blew the roof off the place. So we had different guys do different things in different ways. But if we're going to win, we need that collection of centers to be good. Not great, just good. But I need those 3 guards, and then I need Trey Holloman to stay out of foul trouble because we need him. I'm still going to need Kohler, and I'm telling you, Booker's going to have his day. And definitely Carr is, you know, he did some good things today. He was a little bit more of a live wire today. I don't know how many minutes he played, probably 10, but he made some good plays, missed that dunk, and that was it. So, yeah, you know what, guys, it was a good day for us, but that's always said with guarded optimism because consistency is what everybody's looking for, and we'll see how consistent we get because this road doesn't get any easier. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.